folks, I'm Ian Baker, and today we're going to go over the 2020 Heartland Mallard M32. This is a bunk model. You have the triple bunks in the back, big outside kitchen, dual entry with one into the bathroom, and a super slide with a U-dinette as well as the sofa. You will see this one is the redesign, the fall model, so we have the newer wood colors in here. This is something that I think is a big improvement over what Mallard had. Rather than the brown, they went with kind of like this lighter gray wood color. Let me know what you guys think. Do you like this wood? I know a lot of manufacturers are kind of going to that farmhouse style, a little bit lighter. Do you think they did a good job? Do you think someone like maybe like Jayco or Montana did a better job? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. You will also see that you have the oil rub bronze pulls, which I think was a nice choice. It kind of helps blend in with the staining they have in the wood. Microwave up top, right underneath is your hood with both a light and a fan. You'll see the decorative backsplash right in the back there. Also the countertop, you'll see that you have prep space in the form of a sink top cover as well as the cooktop cover. I would have liked a little more prep space in here, where I didn't have to use these, but at least you do have something thanks to the covers. When we take those off, you'll see, of course, both of these are cutting board quality. You have your double bowl sink there, the 60/40, with the larger basin on the left, which is the way it should be set up. That way you have a nice big wash station, little rinse station over here. It is a pull-out faucet as well. That's a pretty big deal in a travel trailer. I like when manufacturers do that. It really just adds a lot, not just to the aesthetics of the kitchen, but also to the functionality. It just makes it a lot easier to wash dishes. Over to this side, the recessed fairing cooktop with the glass cover. You fold that bad boy up and back like so. The front one is high output. The knobs light up, and then that light, that little button right there, also controls the light in the oven. So you have a little oven light. Underneath the sink, you have storage there. Possibly enough space for a really small trash can. Maybe. I don't know. Might be tough. And then right over to this side here, two full extension ball bearing drawers. I do like the depth of the drawers because I do bring some larger stuff with me. I'll bring like an immersion blender, which is like a little hand blender, or I'll bring like an apple core a lot of times, which in some drawers, because it sits up a little bit higher, just doesn't fit very well. So I do like that. Coming around over to this side here, you'll see that some of your switches for your lights are right up top. Underneath is where your slide control is for the main super slide, as well as your awning. So just know that those are kind of in two different places. Electrical outlet is there too. So again, this is one of those things where I really wish they would have put these up top. Just because, I have little kids and this is a bunk model. And I know my daughter is going to be like, oh, what is this? And push buttons, and all of a sudden we'll start having slides moving while we're in here. Minor thing, but I wish they would have just moved that up a little bit higher. Making our way a little bit further back, you will see the fridge-freezer combo. So this is something that's new too. On the front of this, it looks like it's just plain black, but as you'll see, it's a doodle station, they call it. Basically, this is a chalkboard here on the front. If you're very artistic, I think this can be really cool because, you can draw cool stuff, put your name on it, welcome to our home, whatever it may be. I think that's awesome. If you're like me and your best artwork is stick figures, maybe not the best thing ever, right? I guess let me know what you guys think. Do you think it's a cool thing? Would you pass on it? Let me know. If we take a look inside, you'll see again, the fridge and freezer. This unit does run off both propane and electric, also has automatic switch over there. Thermostat on the wall that does control both your ducted AC as well as the ducted in-floor heat. Making our way a little bit further back, we get to the bathroom. So right down here is a foot flush lever toilet. Just to give you an idea of size, I am 6 foot. As you can see, they actually did a good job on the angle. With my legs split here, I have more than enough space for both my legs, my shoulders as well. Secondary entrance doesn't have a window on it. I know some people are kind of split on that. Having the window and the door in the bathroom lets in light, but I know it weirds a lot of people out. So you'll see here that it did not have the window on there. Right up above my head, you do have your tank monitoring panel. It's good to know where that's at. So if you're wondering, that's the location. Also for your water heater, it does run off both propane as well as electric, and you can turn on both those at the same time for faster recovery. You have pretty good sized countertop in here. That's a big plus for me. I think they nailed it there. You know, I like to have a spot for a little toothbrush holder, or if I need to set down a hair dryer, or if my wife needs to set down a curling iron, something like that. We have the space to do it. Electrical outlet over to this side. Storage underneath, not just plumbing access, but we have a little bit of extra down there too. You know, gives you a spot for your extra rolls of toilet paper, black tank chemicals, things like that. Nice mirrored medicine cabinet right up top here. You know, it's not plastic, it's an actual wood one there. And then we step in to the tub shower, kind of give you an idea of height. So again, I am 6 foot tall. You can see here, you know, I'm basically touching the ceiling if I'm all the way back, but I do have these skylights, so you can probably be 6'1". Yeah, 6'2" you'll probably be rubbing, but at 6'1", you'll be able to stand in here without having to duck down. My only hang up with this tub is the fact it's a center drain. You know, in a house, it's generally not a huge deal, but in an RV where I don't have a lot of space, it's just kind of in the way. I would have liked to have seen it up front. I'm sure it has something to do with the way they've run plumbing. I'm sure it wasn't just an oversight. There's probably a good reason for it, but I just wish it wasn't there. And then as we make our way back out, so this is your slide room control for the back, for the bunk room, so you want to know where that's at. Clothes storage. Definitely a necessity, especially when you have a bunk room. So this gives you a spot to hang clothes. You can remove a couple of these. They just pull right out. Also, it gives you a spot in which you can put some folded clothes if you don't want to hang anything. Underneath that, central vac. I love that Mallard still puts these in the travel trailers. Usually you don't see a central vac until you move into the higher end fifth wheels. Very rare to have it in a travel trailer, but super convenient. This way you don't have to lug around a giant vacuum or try to find a spot to put it. You just hook it up and you can go to town, vacuum up the camper, keeping things nice and clean. In the very back, as I said, this one is a triple bunk. So you have the bunk right up top here. This folds up, locks into place. This one is only a 200-pound weight capacity. So you're not going to want to put, you know, some adults. I mean, I wouldn't, you know, I'd definitely max this out. I'd be over the limit. You know, so it's going to be for smaller children up here. However, it does have the cube sofas down below, so you can fold those out. This is where you want, you know, your adult friends, or, you know, if you have some big teenagers, it's a great spot for them to sleep there. Across the way, also, this one is a much wider bed. This one is 300-pound weight capacity here, so no worries. On both sides, if you take a look at that hanging rod. You have more storage. I love that they do that. You know, you have shelves over here, hanging rod here. You have the extra one right outside the bathroom, so plenty of spot in which you can store the kids' clothes. Also, you'll see you have a huge spot for a TV. So if you want a bigger TV back here, you know, I know we don't go camping to play with electronics, but on a rainy day, hey, why not, right? Have a TV there, let the kids sit on this sofa, you know, bring the Xbox or PlayStation, whatever it may be, they can game away. So we make our way back out to the main living area. As I mentioned, this one has a super slide. So again, with the woodwork, I kind of like the two-tone look here. You know, they have the darker up top, kind of along the sides. I think that's, you know, I like that. Rather than just being kind of one plain color, I like having the kind of light and dark contrast on the wood. Also, something they added is up behind the valances. You'll see those light up as well for auxiliary lighting. That's kind of nice. You know, there's a switch over on the wall to turn it off. Just, again, the Mallards before were very dark. I think they did a decent job of helping to lighten things up, especially, you know, kind of right in this main area. You will see the U-shaped dinette. This is nice and big. Now, I say this in a lot of my videos, but if you haven't seen it before, I'll tell you again. So with the U-shaped dinette, a lot of people are under the illusion you can sit a lot of people at them, or you can sit more people at them, and that's just not the case because of legs. If you see the leg space, you really can't sit more than 4 people at a U-shaped dinette unless someone's back here sitting Indian style, right, or cross-legged, you know, whatever you want to say there. But otherwise, you know, everyone will be banging their legs together. The tabletop, it's not a huge tabletop, but it will still work for 4 plates. Be able to sit 4 people there. The big thing about the U-dinette, the reason that people love it though, is it does drop down to make a very large bed, which is wonderful. So if you have adult guests, you have a great spot for them to sleep. You'll also see the storage underneath. I'll open that up for you. You can take a look. So easy access storage, plus there's an, excuse me, an electrical outlet. Excuse me, an electrical outlet there, so if you need to plug in like a laptop, tablet, you have the ability to do so. And just like most manufacturers, as we move over, rather than having storage across the top, they have gone to larger windows. Let me know what you guys think. I personally like the larger windows. I know some people would rather have the storage. Let me know what your thoughts are. Underneath that is your tri-fold sofa. This again is not just a comfortable place to sit, it also is a great bed. You can fold this out, very comfortably sleep one adult guest. If they're okay snuggling, you can probably sleep two there. It is a tight squeeze, but you can make it happen. And then lastly, we get into the entertainment center. So I do like the glass that you used here, almost like a honeycomb look, pretty cool. A little bit of storage up there, is strut supported as well. Underneath is where your TV goes. So, you know, the thing I do like about this is they almost maximize the entire width here. I mean, obviously you have to have a little bit for it to turn, but it's still a pretty big area. I also like that they used a decorative panel. So if you're not a TV person, you know, you can probably put some decorations here and still make it look nice. If you are a TV person, this is obviously where it goes. This one does flip around into the bedroom, so you only have to have one TV for both sides. A little bit of storage down below there, as well as a multimedia center. It is a DVD player, still old school, looks like, using our, you know, audio video cables rather than HDMI, but at least you have a DVD player, so if you want to pop it in there, you know, watch a movie for the kids, you can. King size bed, so huge bed we have. You know, some smaller nightstands on the side with electrical outlets, little bit of storage on the side here as well. So you have the hanging rod right in the middle. Turn this switch on so you can see you have, again, that auxiliary lighting right up top is kind of nice, and an electrical outlet. I think this is a good idea. You know, it does take away a little bit of storage, but what you gain is a spot to put your cell phones. Rather than having to have them by the bedside, you can just put them right up there. It's pretty cool. You'll also see, of course, you have the dual slider doors, close it off for privacy, much better than a curtain. And again, when they are closed, you can spin that TV around so you can watch it here in the bedroom. Lastly, if you take a look underneath, you can see right there, you have some additional storage. That's a great spot. You know, if you want to put some laundry baskets, small laundry baskets, things like that, duffel bags. And then you also have like this little foot locker right here. So again, you just have kind of storage all throughout. Now that we've seen the inside, let's take a look at some of the outside features on the 2020 Heartland Mallard M32. Right up front, you have your two 20-pound propane tanks with a cover. This one does not come with a power tongue jack. I personally would probably buy one. I think they run like $300, $350, something like that. Easy enough install. If you know what you're doing, you can do it by yourself even. So I would probably put one on there, just it makes life so much easier. Right behind that, you see rails for your battery. Battery disconnect, I do like that. Makes it much easier to cut all power to the RV, especially when it's not in use. And over to this side, you will see solar prep. So if you want solar, simply buy the portable panels, plug it in right there, and it will trickle charge your battery. On the front is a 3/4 front cap. So you'll see the diamond plating coming up the front, helping to protect the front end from some of the rocks and debris that may get thrown up by your tow vehicle. And again, the 3/4 front cap right above that looks beautiful. You can see the LED lights that are inlaid in it. Coming around to this side, this is a fully laminated product, 2-inch thick walls on here, and they use Azdel composite, which has some advantages over Luan. One is a fact, probably the biggest one in my opinion, is that it doesn't absorb water. So what that means is if you are unfortunate enough to get water in your sidewall, you won't start to get all that delamination like you normally get with Luan because, well, water gets in wood, it expands and it pops. You don't have that with Azdel. Also, it's lighter weight, which is always a good thing. Anytime we can shave weight off a travel trailer is always a bonus. And it's a green material, so you don't have all the off-gassing and stuff you oftentimes get with that Luan. Opening up the storage compartment, you'll see that this one does have a covered hinge, a magnetic latch, and it's a slam latch. It works very well. It's nice and heavy duty. You'll see it's metal, it's not plastic components, so it actually shuts the way it should. When we take a look inside, you will see that it is very large open pass-through here. Smaller door on the other side, but that's all right. Generally on the off-door side, you don't get to a ton of stuff anyway, but you can see it is very big, which is great. You have your grill right here. I'll show you where that goes a little bit in the back. You'll also see that this one has your power stabilizer jacks. One control operates the front two, the other the back two. You have a couple lights in there as well. If you want to see those power stabilizer jacks, you can see those right there. And while we're down there, you'll also know this one has a fully enclosed, insulated, and heated underbelly. To get into the M32, your primary steps are here. These are the MORryde step above step system. Has aluminum treads on there. You have the grip tape, very, very sturdy. You can see, I can run up and down these. You don't get that springboard effect. Excuse me. Also, the treads won't rust on you. I would have liked to have seen a bigger grab handle here just because the steps come out. It is a little bit of a reach to be able to, have to get there to make help yourself in and out. But again, that is an easy enough install if you want to put a foldable grab handle on there. Above that, you will see the power awning. Notice that it does cover both doors. Touch a button to roll it out, same thing to go right back in, and you have the LED light strip there underneath. If you plan on going somewhere you don't have city water, you want to make sure to fill the fresh water tank when you get there, and that will be the place to do it. Also, electrical outlet will be located there. You will see that this one has aluminum alloy wheels and what they call the wide track suspension, which is really just a fancy name for spread axles, right? The axles are a little bit further apart, helping to reduce sway as you're going down the road, meaning it'll be a little bit better tow experience for you. A couple speakers outside, not sure if I hit those, but you do have those connected to that multimedia center. That unit is Bluetooth capable. Black tank flush, very handy. Rather than having to stick a hose down your toilet to wash out your black tank, you hook it up right there. The black tank has sprayers built in, it'll wash it out for you. Secondary entrance uses the standard fold-out triple steps, just like so, to climb on in. A lot of manufacturers do this. If they have a secondary entry, they use a little bit less expensive step. That way it's a little bit cheaper for you. You know, using more steps anytime you add stuff, of course, it makes the unit more expensive. And realistically, you know, you probably won't be using this one near as much as the other one. Coming back a little bit further, you get the outdoor party center. So if you take a look here, one thing that, you know, it kind of little problematic is with the struts in the location. If you're a tall person, watch out, don't hit your head right here, right? I'm 6 foot, you don't want to bang your head. But once we open that up, you will see, again, like they call it the party center. Open this guy up, you have plenty of space there for some cups, whatever else you need. You have more storage up top, a light. You have TV hookup if you want TV out here. Sink off to the side. Pull this guy out. You have like a little prep station here, which is wonderful. You also have a spot for some of your flatware, and you have a fridge for all your beverages, condiments, everything else that you need out here. If you take a look right around to the back, you'll see the square tubular bumper with end caps, gives you a spot to store your sewer hose. Because your grill is mounted here, I'd probably put the sewer hose on the other side, but you just swing this out and around. You saw the grill in the pass-through, that goes right here. You do have that propane quick connect underneath to hook that up to. You'll see the outside shower. This does have both hot and cold water access. Cable inlet, city water inlet is located here. Also mounted to that bumper is the spare tire, making it very easy to access. Right up top, you will see backup camera prep. So if you want a backup camera, having the prep makes it easier to install, meaning it'll save you money. And on the off-door side is where our 50 amp plug-in is located. It is detachable power cord. So you just plug it in right there, plug it into shore power, and you're good to go. All right, folks, and that wraps it up. Again, this is the 2020 Heartland Mallard M32. If you're interested in this travel trailer and you would like price and availability, simply click on the link in the description. Also in the comments section, let me know what you think they nailed, what they missed, what they could have done better, or maybe what you would do to this RV. Thanks again for watching. I'm Ian Baker, and let's go camping.